Fabulously fun.
Is this real life?
Best of all, your comments.
That was real money saver. Thanks, Randall.
So did it work out for you?
Your hotel tip was spot on.
You're listening to the Eat, Drink, Explore Radio Network. But don't just sit there. It's an interactive program, honey.
Are you sure this is legal? I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
Pick your pleasure. Tweet, chat, post, email, even call us on the telly. Whatever works for you. Our topics today, food, drinks, travel, and a whole lot more fun. So let's pop the cork on this thing and get the party started. Give it up now for our fantastic host, the wonderful and talented Mr. Randall White.
I think that's the champagne talking.
Hey, and a good morning, everyone. Great to have you listening this morning as we discuss current trends in food, wine, craft beer, travel, and tourism. We are broadcasting live, as we always do, from the Eat, Drink, Explore studios right here in historic downtown San Luis Obispo. If you're watching via our app or on Ustream or via eatdrinkexplore.com, you can see got some cloudy skies behind us here right now, but that'll likely burn off, and we should have some very pleasant temperatures compared to the rest of the nation, for sure. We try to keep it fun, healthy, and sustainable here at Eat, Drink, Explore Radio so you can get the most out of your precious, and it is very precious, leisure time. Our goal is to make sure that you are informed at the end of the day. Now, just ahead on today's program, we are giving you tips on finding food, beverage, and travel products, all made in the good old USA. That's harder than you would think to find those things. Also, our Patty Pyburn is currently in Europe, so we'll catch up with her and learn about a seldom visited area of Spain, at least for Americans, and the cuisine of that area. Patty's been sharing pictures with us, and wow, it looks delicious. We're also talking cruise bargains for our travel deals segment. And then next hour, we're taking a look at a new study on low-carb diets. We'll have a dietitian here in studio and the person who wrote the response to this study in the Journal of the American Medical Association, or JAMA as they call it. That person will be on the line, so we'll really have some great diet information for you coming up. Now, we want to let you know that this hour of Eat, Drink, Explore Radio is brought to you by Eberle Winery in Paso Robles, open daily, 10 a.m. until 6 p.m., complimentary wine tasting and cave tours. That's not something you find in the Sonoma Napa areas. It was voted by Wine Spectator as one of the best tours on the Central Coast. There you have it. Eberle is located on 46 East in Paso Robles. Just log on to eberlewinery.com. That's eberle.com. Okay, it is 8 minutes past the hour. So it is that time of the morning when we like to hear from the critics. The moment of the show when we turn the conversation over to those experts around the globe whose specialty it is to know about fine wine, craft beer, restaurants, hotels, among other things. And today, we head up to the northern half of the state, Northern California, to talk 4th of July festivities and, at least in our guest's opinion, the best places you could visit in the coming week. We have a holiday week in front of us, which is fantastic. Suzi Rosenberg runs the website discovernortherncalifornia.com and has a very active Twitter feed as well. Suzi, welcome to the program.
Oh, hi, Suzi.
How are you?
This is Suzi.
Yeah, can you hear me, Suzi?
I can.
Fantastic. Great to have you on the show. You know, I listen to you, or I don't listen to you, I read your Twitter feeds all the time, and you have such great information.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here, Randall.
Well, okay, so your goal was to give me the top 3 locations in Northern California where people could spend their 4th of July holiday, and for several reasons. And what do you pick?
Well, I don't think there's anything better than watching fireworks over a large body of water.
Right.
So my top pick has to be San Francisco. They have probably the only twin fireworks display that I know of. Oh. Not only in Northern California, but anywhere. They have fireworks off of Pier 39 and also out of Aquatic Park. And they're synchronized and going off together and everything. It's just a great place to see a terrific fireworks display all reflected in the water.
And you could see that from several locations, too. It's a nice chunk of waterfront there to kind of spread it out a bit.
Absolutely. All up and down the Embarcadero, you get great views. Coit Tower is a wonderful place to go because it's up higher, and so you've got an overview of the water.
Yeah, suggestion might be to walk up to Coit Tower. don't try to find parking up there. You'll be out of luck.
Yes, I think that's probably a very good idea.
Yeah, and then the one thing with San Francisco, and I would have to agree with you, Susie, it is such a great place to see 4th of July fireworks. Just cross your fingers that the fog's not in, or you'll just see colored like marshmallow puffs in the sky.
Very true, and I'm always telling people that summertime is not the best time to go to the coast in Northern California because that's when we have the most fog.
Right, exactly. So what's number 2 on your list?
Number 2 would have to be South Lake Tahoe. They have the Lights on the Lake show every year. It's the largest synchronized light show in the West.
Really?
Yeah, and it's visible from all over town. You can also go out on the paddle wheelers. They have dinner cruise and fireworks cruise on the Tahoe Queen and the MS Dixie.
Susie, are one of those boats the one that has at least a small portion of it is glass bottom?
You know, I'm not sure about that, Randall.
That lake is so unbelievably clear, and there have been efforts for years to keep it that way.
Yes.
I know that there is a glass bottom boat that goes out of South Lake Tahoe there, and it's really worth it because I don't know, at night you probably can't see very much, but
maybe not at night.
You know, when I was a child, I used to water ski on Lake Tahoe. We went up there quite a bit. My grandparents lived up there, and it would actually be a little bit frightening as a kid on skis because you would go over areas where there are large boulders under the water, you know.
And the water's so clear you can see about 75 feet down.
Right,
like
you know. So that was a little bit freaky as a child.
I can imagine.
And you didn't want to fall because the water's so cold. So, I was far more conservative with my skiing on Lake Tahoe than I was on other warm bodies.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
It's a beautiful place.
And then for some down-home 4th of July fun, you have a fun number 3 pick.
Yeah, this may surprise a lot of people that it would be so high up on my list, but my adopted hometown of Chico puts on a great 4th of July party. It's kind of Americana at its finest. You've got your pancake breakfast and your horseshoe contest and fife and drum bands and pie eating and political stumping. Kind of think the musical State Fair sort of a thing.
Yeah. I bet that's great.
It's just great.
Hey, Susie, do you live in Chico?
I do.
So then you know that Kira Clapper just left the main station there. She had her last night on the air. And,
yes, I was watching.
I used to work closely with Kira here on the Central Coast. She left here, and this show was previously called Your California, and she was my co-host on that show as well. And so I just wish her nothing but the best of luck. She's moving to San Francisco with her fiance, and we'll keep you updated on Kira's travels. But I was watching her Twitter feed, and I know a lot of people in the Chico area were very disappointed to see her leave the anchor position there.
Very popular here, yeah.
Well, Susie, you've got so many great tips, and I know you have a full top 10 of places to visit for the 4th of July on your website, which we've linked to eatdrinkexplore.com. Just go to the program summary. It's all there, including your Twitter feed, and I highly recommend following Susie if you want great information on Northern California. Suzi Rosenberg, thanks so much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me, Randall.
Very much appreciated. All right, when we return, our destination segment takes us to Europe as we speak with our very own Patty Pyburn. She'll be joining us from a quaint village in western Spain, unknown to many American tourists, but well worth a visit. You're listening to the Eat, Drink, Explore Radio Network, and we're discussing all things food, beverage, and travel on this Saturday morning. Back in a moment. The